Hello, in this video, I will discuss you the topic how to plan your life. And in this topic, I will discuss the different guide questions in writing your plan and write your plan based from your purpose. And last time I already give you the activity how to write your plans, but this will help you and guide you and identify whether what you have written is according to the divine purpose. And our text is found in Proverbs 19:21. I just want to remind everyone, if I'm using any Bible verse, I'm not introducing any religious belief. I'm just introducing to you a truth because the manual of life contains truth, original idea. And it is for every human being, not for a certain religion. It just happened that Christianity based their faith belief system from the manual of life. But basically, the Bible is for every human being, and we call it manual. So Proverbs 19:21 says, "Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails." I know we have a lot of plans, but it says here that we must base it according to God's purpose because His plans, His purpose will still prevail. So your purpose will come to nothing, your plans will come to nothing, will become useless if you don't base your plans according to the manual of life. So that's why we need to base from the manual of life. God gives every one of us vision, but it is our responsibility to come up with plans on how those visions would be actualized. If God has shown you where you should go, you must map out a roadmap to get there. So prayer and faith are not substitute for plans. In fact, planning gives substance to your prayer, and planning is proof of faith. So it means that each one of us, we should write our plans. Don't just pray and believe. It is very important for you to write down your plans. As we have learned last time in our past lecture or discussion or topics, I have discussed to you that your purpose creates vision because your vision is a glimpse of your purpose, of your destiny. What will happen to you 10 years from now, 15 years from now. So how do you see yourself? And that is a vision, and it should be based from the manual. So when embarking on a planning exercise, these are the questions you should ask yourself. So this will guide you and help you on how to write down a plan. Okay, so in the previous, as I've said, there are three parts, and this will guide you also the principles that you should know and will guide you to write down your plans. First, what do you want to accomplish? What does it mean? Anong gusto mong ma-accomplish? The first step toward planning is to identify what would you like to accomplish. Planning is simply laying down the steps you would take to get you to your destination. If that destination is not determined, no step can get you there. That's why it's very important for you to write down what do you want to accomplish 10 years from now, 15 years from now. That's why in writing your goal, it must be specific. It's not general. You should write a goal that is specific what is actually you wanted to accomplish 15 years from now. And the second one here is what do I need? So after writing down what you wanted to accomplish, your goal, so what do you need? So after determining where you want to go with your vision, the second step to planning effectively is to list out all you will need to get to the destination. So you have to write down what are your needs, what are the things that you need to do. Okay, so you have to write it down. That is like brainstorming. What are those things that you need? If a vision is to become a medical doctor, for instance, you know that you will need a medical degree and so on. So if you want to become an engineer someday, of course, you have to enroll in engineering. You haven't planned until you have highlighted what you need to get to the destination. It could include information, resources, skills, people, access, and so on. So it means each one of us, uh, we must be clear, and you must have a clear understanding and specific purpose in your mind, but it must be according to the divine purpose. Many of us, we have many plans, but we must plan our or write a plan based from the purpose of our creator, because his purpose will really stand no matter what happened. So that's the reason that we are why we are here, which is to fulfill the reason for our existence. Because every skills, potentials, abilities, the experiences, personalities, those are all related to the purpose why God created us. So the third one is, where can I go for information? So how will you know your end? How will you know the design of the creator for you? Of course, we have to go back to the manual. From the scriptures, we understand that every successful establishment is built through wisdom, understanding, and knowledge. So if you remember our topic about knowledge, understanding, and wisdom, if you only have knowledge and you don't understand that, then it won't help you. But if you have the knowledge, you understand it, and you apply, it means you do the action. It will have a result in your life, because if not, it will remain knowledge. So without adequate information, you wouldn't get to your vision also. So part of the process of planning is to identify where you can get adequate information concerning your desired goal. So you have to know and understand. You have to have enough knowledge. Where are you going to go? If you have written down there to become a mechanical engineer, in what field? It should be specific. You want to become a nurse, so in what field? It should be specific also. Aesthetic nurse, uh, pediatric nurse, or traveling nurse. So you have to identify specifically so that you will know where are you going to get information. Of course, if you want to become a nurse someday, licensed in the specifically in the field of pediatric, of course you have to get information from those who are expert. And since all of us, we have one creator, we have to go back to the manual that will guide us and lead us. Okay, the fourth one is, what do I need to read? Ano yung dapat mong basahin? So this is an elaboration on sourcing information. Where are you going to get your information? The basic foundation to get your information that is truth about you is from the Manual of Life. Readers become leaders, but not every book makes leaders. You shouldn't just commit to getting information, but you should be intentional about the kind of information you need at every stage. So, hindi lahat ng aklat ay babasahin mo. You just read what are those related to what you are going to do, to your task, or to your assignment, to your mission, to the purpose, to your goal. While a book about fashion is great for someone who wants to become a leader in fashion, that would be the wrong book for you if you want to become a political leader. So it depends. What do you need? What do you need to read? It depends on what specific field you are trying to develop yourself to excel. So thanks to technology, because we have a lot of resources, you now have access to several relevant books at your fingertip. You don't need to buy. Just click. It's at the end of your finger. You can also take advantage of my entire e-library by Dr. Miles Monroe, because he has a library, Dr. Miles Monroe's books I offered at the beginning, or even uh, sa kanyang YouTube. Okay. So, offered not at the beginning but in the Google. Okay, so you can search for. Because we have relevant, we can have more resources, a lot of resources through the Google. So not just Dr. Miles, but there are other authors that are related to what you wanted to accomplish, or you wanted to become, or you want to become. Okay, number 5, who should I associate with? Sinong mga tao? Remember, we have the toxic and the non-toxic. So don't associate yourself with people who are toxic because they will just discourage you. But be with those people who believes in you, who are called non-toxic. They believe in you, they will encourage you, they will inspire you, and especially those who have passion like you. So don't share your vision to those who are toxic and do not believe in you. So no vision can be achieved in isolation. You cannot do that, achieve that, being alone. So you need someone. That's why they said, no man is an island. So by design, God created every individual to fulfill their vision with the right company or partners. To chase a vision in isolation is to reject God's provision of human resources. That's why we were created as social being. So yan yung ating isa sa mga uh, euthenics subject. So you were created, we are all created as social being. Based on the needs you have identified in step 2, you should identify individuals who are gifted in such areas to help you with it. So that's why it's very important for you to understand what you are good at, what you are passionate about, and what you are trying to do so that you will be able to identify who are those people whom are you going to associate with. So in the business world, it is called stuffing your weaknesses. If you are finding it difficult to make friends, you will find this helpful. And in the YouTube, marami dyan. Kasi ako sa YouTube din nang galing yun. Okay. Doon din ako laging nanonood. That is related to my passion and what I wanted to do in life. So, number 6. Okay. How long should it take? That's why you need to have the time frame. 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Planning like a goal setting should have time frames. That's why it is time bound. You shouldn't just state what should be done and how to go about it. But you must also identify when it should be done. Some goals become unfulfilling when they are achieved after certain time. So part of your plan should be when that vision should be achieved that will make it worthwhile. Setting a time frame for question 2 to 5 is better. That's why you need to write your goals specifically and with time frame or time bound. Okay, so number 7. Number 7, how much will it cost? What will it cost if you're going to fulfill the vision? So don't be concerned only with how long will it take. It's also your financial resources. No vision gets fulfilled without a cost. So we're not just talking about financial needs, but even your sacrifices. Cost setting should also be a part of your plan if you want to plan for success. Ulitin ko, when we say how much will it cost, I'm not talking about finance only, but your sacrifices, your willingness, and your determination. So knowing the cost will let you know if what you will have will be enough, if what you should outsource, if the vision shouldn't be pursued based on your current available resources. Of course, as you start, as you go along, the financial resources will be open to you. Okay, number 8. Which courses should I take? Achieving success in your vision for life will require skills that you must have identified from step 2. So it is very important for you to know and understand what is your gift, what's your talent, the skills that you need to develop. To get those skills, you should also identify which courses are needed. So your course must be related to the passion that you have or to what you wanted to do in life. So you shouldn't be afraid to pay to acquire the necessary skills for your vision. Sometimes you will have a sleepless night just to improve yourself. So the cost of the courses needed to learn the various skills should be added to your how much will it cost plan above. Okay, and number 9, where can I get experience? That's the time that you're going to deploy yourself. So as there are 3 things that you should remember when in order to discover what you have or what is your gift. 3 things you need to remember. D, discover it. Another D is develop, and D, deploy. There are three Ds. Discover your talent, develop your talent, deploy yourself, and improve your talents. So practice and practice makes perfect. So now, not everything you need to know or every skill you need to learn can be gotten from books and courses. Some can only be gotten through experience. So you have to have the experience. So for example, you are good in cooking, then you should volunteer yourself na magluto para sa bahay niyo, for example. And if you're good in, passionate about computer, so pwedeng mag-offer ka, somebody, example, sa technical, so dahil may idea ka, you can volunteer without being compensated. Ang mahalaga ay may matutunan ka, ma-develop ang iyong skill. You might need to take up certain jobs, for example, and become an intern in relevant organization that are doing what or similar to what you're doing. So you are planning to do to get first-hand experience on what it looks like and the demands of fulfilling your vision. Sometimes you cannot know what you need except to see someone doing what you want to do and needing that thing. I remember a story before. It's a true-to-life story. In the church, uh, he volunteered to become the cameraman. And since that is his passion, he is very good in taking pictures to get angles saan banda o mag-film. Then siya magaling kasi yun yung gustong-gusto niya, passion niya. And hanggang naging expert siya until someday, one day, somebody nakakita sa kanya, nakita siya na ang galing niya. So, kinuha siya sa company na yun. And doon na siya nagtrabaho hanggang ngayon. So, napakaganda ang kanyang trabaho dahil passion niya yung kanyang ginagawa. So, where can you get experience? Of course, you have to deploy yourself on maybe certain jobs or maybe you volunteer yourself. Number 10, what do I have? So it means, what do you have? Remember, God has given you the gift, and that is intrinsic, it is built in. So this is the last phase of planning, taking inventory of the resources available for you or to you for the fulfillment of your vision. You don't plan with someone else's resources. You must plan according to your resources. The goal of planning in itself is to help you maximize what you have to get what you want. Be careful not to belittle what you have. At every point of your life, you might not have the resources needed to take you to your destination, but you always have the resources to take your a step further. The first step, the first thing you have the mind, you have the hands. So write down your plans. What are you going to do? So the first step, of course, must be or must come from you. You have that. So mauuna dapat sa'yo. Okay. So you have to write your plan. So after these 10, okay, asking those 10 questions, it will guide you. It's like it's like brainstorming before you can write your goal, or if you have already written down your goal, then this will guide you in writing your goals or your plans. This is goal, strategy, and pursue and evaluate and strategize. So planning for success. Each one of us, we were designed to succeed. Although you have identified where you need to get to, you won't get there in one step only. You will need to take courses or gain experience, meet people, read books, and so on. These are all processes that will take you towards the vision. So, hindi siya shortcut. May proseso. Kaya mahalaga na isulat mo yung plan mo. So, your plan won't necessarily take you to your destination, but it has done its job when it shows you the next step to take. Plans can change, and that is normal. It is the act of planning that is the most important. The most important is you have written down your plan. Planning will always show you the next step, and that is priceless for progress. And you will also identify whether you are progressing or not. So God desires your success more than you desire for your success. God commands us to establish the goals that lead us to our vision. There is a principle that says, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. But that is not enough. You need to have a detailed plan, because if you do not follow through, because of procrastination or laziness, you will fail. So, hindi lang na nakasulat ka ng plan mo, you have to do the action. Don't just write a plan, but you have to start. So what is planning? Planning is faith, and faith is planning. Planning is the substance of faith that you hope to accomplish and the evidence of things unseen. If you remember, in our last topic, we have discussed one of the 7 P's. In order to become successful is planning. Okay, planning is the strategy to reach your destiny. Planning makes your dream into reality. Planning needs to be written down because it will serve as your guide. So, it's like a roadmap. Parang mapa mo yan eh, kung alam mo kung umaabanti ka o hindi. So, the key is you must plan your work and you have to work for your plan also. Planning without work is failure. Don't just write, but you have to work on it. To man belongs the plans of the heart. God is saying to plan is your responsibility. To God belongs the answer of the tongue. That's what it says in Proverbs 16:1. That means how it will be fulfilled is God's problem. God is responsible for explaining how it will be accomplished. To man belongs the plan, but to God belongs the explanation. So write it down. Don't be afraid how much it costs. You have to write down your plan. So start with what you have. So what do you have? You have a brain. God has given you the ability to think. He has given you the ability to imagine. Good thoughts comes from the Lord. What are the ideas that pop from your mind? What are the ideas that come to your mind in order to reach your dream? God has given us the ability to think. Whatever God demands, He provides. God has given us the ability to articulate what we thought. Write down your plans 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 17 years from now. So you have to understand, you have to write down. So your purpose is to dominate, as we have discussed in the last topic, to rule, to manage, to influence, and your vision is a phase of your purpose, a glimpse of your purpose. What you're doing now will be different 10 years from now because time is changing at mabilis. Ang panahon is very fast and we are also changing. So it is very important to have specific and clear understanding about your purpose. So purpose has something to do with your assignment. Your assignment is something you have to continue to your generation. Your gift is something that you are going to offer to the next generation. Your assignment demands your existence to contribute to your generation. And if you fail to do that, then the next generation will suffer. Sabi ko yun nakaraan. Your gift has something to do with your purpose. Your assignment has something to do with your purpose. And your ability has something to do with your purpose. It means your life revolves around the purpose, the reason for your existence. So make a plan and how to fulfill your purpose or your vision. Of course, you have to write down your plan first. Your plan is be based from your purpose, the divine purpose, the reason why God created you. So purpose is doing something for the benefit of others. The purpose is the reason for your existence, and that is the work God has entrusted for you to do. Yan yung trabaho mo. You are not born just to make a living and die. You are born to do something that will become your legacy, that will solve the solution of the next generation and even our generation. So in Genesis 2:15, God put Adam in Eden to manage. Jesus Christ also mentioned in John 9:4, we must do the work of our Father, told us to do so. It was also emphasized by Paul in Ephesians 2:10. For we are God's masterpiece. He has created us anew in Christ Jesus so we can do the good things He planned for us long ago. The good things He planned for us to do are the purpose why He created us. That's our work, your purpose, the reason why He created you. And Jesus Christ also emphasized in a parable in Matthew 24, 45 to 51, when He comes, He wanted to find us faithfully doing the purpose why we were born. All of us someday will face the Creator. What have we done with our life? Have we fulfilled the purpose, the reason why He put us here? So, yun ang kanyang tatanungin because each one of us will be accountable and responsible. What have we done? Someday, whether you like it or not, all of us will face the Creator. What have you done with your life? So you must fulfill the reason for your existence. So that he will say, well done, good and faithful servant. But if not, he will say, away from me, I don't know you. So what do you want to hear? Do you want to hear, well done, good and faithful servant, or away from me, I don't know you? So it's up to you now. It's your choice. So you must plan according to the purpose of the Creator. Okay, so how to write your plan? I've already given you the example last time, so I just want to repeat and have a review about it so that you will be able to write correctly your plan. First, you must have a clear picture of your vision. So you have to write down. So last time, two successive topics I've already discussed this. So you must have a clear understanding of your assignment. How do you see yourself doing something for the benefits of others? That's your vision. 10 years from now, I will be in this field helping people. So yun yung example ko doon sa last na topic natin. If you say, I see myself having my own house and lot, driving car, earning millions, that's not a vision, is ambition. Okay, vision is something that you do that will benefit the humanity. A lot of people will be benefited when you do your purpose. So when you make a plan, the specific purpose, you have to understand that you were born to make, serve your gift. Okay, planning will connect at the beginning to the end. What are you going to do in order to reach your destiny? So yan yung unang tanong dyan. So of course, you have to make your plan. So vision is a preview of your purpose. Sight is the function of the eyes, but vision is the function of the heart. So never trust your eyes over your vision. So it means you see beyond. Vision is more than your reality. Don't trust your eyes. Your hope comes from your vision. Vision is the source of confidence. Stop, sit down, and plan if you want to fulfill your vision. So, number 2, write your strategies. Of course, yung year, for example, 10 years from now, I will become a licensed nurse, excelling in aesthetic nurse. Ibig sabihin, mayroon ka ng clinic serving your gift to the people and influencing them with biblical lifestyle, moral standard, values, and culture of heaven. Okay, number 3, pursue your goal, evaluate, and develop your strategies. Of course, you have to pursue what you have or to make action after writing down your strategies. Set a schedule to evaluate your strategies quarterly, once a month, or once a week, or once a year. So, have you written down your plans? What are you going to do in order to fulfill your vision? What are your strategies to reach your vision? So, you are going to write that plan. It means you have to write down so that you will know what to do. Okay. So, mahalaga na naintindihan mo. So, how to write your plan? Ulitin ko, you must have a clear picture of your vision. You must have a clear understanding of your assignment. How do you see yourself doing something for the benefit of others? That's your vision. So, 10 years from now, anong ginagawa mo na na-influensyan mo yung ibang tao, na natutulungan mo sila, na may benepisyo silang nararanasan, naramdaman, or napagaan mo ang kanilang buhay. Number 2, write your strategies. What are the actions? What are the strategies that you are going to do in order to reach your goal and fulfill your vision? So, for example, 10 years from now, so year 1 to 4, you will finish your course. Then year 5, you will take the board exam. And then after that, because you are already licensed, year 6 to 10, you should have your job or work already and take time to excel in the field of your expertise or develop your gift. And third, pursue your goal, evaluate, and develop your strategies. So if you are pursuing it, evaluate if you are moving or not. So set a schedule to evaluate your strategies quarterly, once a month, or once a week, or once a year, or 2 years. So have you written down your plan? So kapag naisulat mo na, then check if it is based according to the Creator's purpose. And that's all. God bless everyone.